To anyone who watches the channel, welcome back. I guess today's going to be part 2 of the KX 250 project. It's just a project right now. Still haven't decided if I want to actually restore it, do an engine swap, build it, whatnot, but I guess today's agenda is go over some more parts. Start with, I got the actual rear caliper all apart. As you can tell by the piston, it's actually kind of in rough shape. I don't know what happened there, but it's crazy. This thing's actually solid. Like, this is a solid piece of steel. Modern ones don't have, like, let's say, steel. They actually have, like, some sort of plastic, but I might even swap it out to that just to make it a little bit lighter. But everything's looking pretty decent, other than, as you can see in here, good amount of sludge. But I'll get everything here vape blasted. Same with the bolts. Might as well vape blast those. I'll end up replacing all these seals, and maybe even the piston, depending. But we'll see in time. And then try to get this part all cleaned up. I'll probably end up spray painting this, or not even spray painting, maybe even powder coating adventure in the future. But that's for right now. There's the end result. Not too bad. The caliper turned out pretty good. The actual plate too didn't turn out bad. I still got some stuff to clean up. And you see there's a little bit of grime on there, but same with the bolts. I may or may not reuse these, just because like this one's head's a little bit messed up. This one's not bad, but I may still use those. But I guess next we're gonna get to the actual rear master cylinder. It took me a while to get this thing apart because the actual clip in here was basically stuck. But it still worked, still operated, so I can only imagine this is still good. But naturally I'll probably get new seals for this too, and then a new boot for that. But these parts I'm not reusing, or maybe they'll use, but I haven't decided if I want to try to use this again, or if I want to get something a little bit different for it. But all new seals at least, and new brake pads. So that's how the rear caliper turned out, and the rear master cylinder. So of course this bolt's a little, probably won't be able to see it, but a little messed up there, but I might honestly just reuse it. I mean, I don't see why I can't. It's not really going to hurt, but everything turned out pretty well. But all these parts right here, like piston, brake caliper, I mean pads obviously, but all the seals I want to replace, especially because these are all ripped anyways and worn out. So these bolts right here are actually the linkage bolts, and I actually want to vaporize these because in the future I want to zinc coat them, or I want to try to zinc coat them. I haven't zinc coated ever before, but that's how they look now. And that's how they look when they're done before zinc coating. That's just me cleaning them. Same with the axle shafts for the rear tire, but get these done, and then maybe even actually get these done too, because these are really dirty. So now that I got it clean, you can actually really see the damage. I mean, the threads aren't bad. The collar itself ain't bad, but just look how bad that is all the way around. So when I get a new bench vise, I'll end up, well, I'm going to probably wire wheel it now. I'll get a bench vise, bench vise, put this in it, and I'll start filing all these down so nice and flat and flush again. Same with this one. So I got the bearings out. I've used my little tool, just a bolt, nut, and a bunch of spaces, wash and stuff, just to kind of press it out. But the bearings themselves, still a little hot. These ones are probably cold now. I think these were replaced, and honestly, they don't look bad. They did roll decent. So I might just reuse them. I'm going to clean them up and check them out. Probably I should be able to dismantle them and pull them out, clean them all, put them back together, re-grease them. Then I can reinsert them back in here, but this is still hot. But I am going to let this cool off, then vape blast it. I'll have all these parts basically ready to go. There they are. Got all 6 out, and they actually seem to be really good shape. Like, I think these are actually brand new. I don't know how many hours or how long they've been in there, but they came out really good. I cleaned them right up, sprayed them out some brake clean, and blew them off, and they actually are reusable. So luckily I don't have to replace those. That's a huge plus, because sometimes I think these are all over $100-something just for all the whole linkage and everything. Even the collars didn't look bad, so I'll probably use these anyways. And there you have it. The swing arm bearings are out. They are in really bad shape. I mean, look at that. The actual rollers themselves are coming out. But these probably would have been good if they actually still had the seals on it, because when I got it, the engine was missing, obviously, and it had the bolt in, just slid in, but there's no seals on the inside or outside. So that kind of sucks, but not too bad. I'll get this vape blasted soon, and this is painted, but I do want to remove all this paint. I want this bare aluminum. Honestly, I'd rather have it bare aluminum anyways and polish it up. Also, the best part about being coated in paint is underneath it's going to be spotless, which is going to be really nice when it's shined up. Except for right here, it's a little gross, but see what vape blasting does to it. So I think that's pretty good for now for vapor blasting. I'm going to end up bagging all this stuff up so I keep it fresh and clean. But I guess next is going to be the rear shock. I got to get this thing all apart, drained. I'm going to get some other parts taken apart, whatnot, but I do want to rebuild this fully. Honestly, I'm going to vapor blast everything, replace the seals, then possibly I'm going to sandblast this in the spring, and maybe powder coat it. I don't know what color. I don't think I want to go black. I think I want to go maybe a blue. Blue with the green might be good. Maybe even a white, but something that'll pop. Something cool I just found out is that these are actually removable. Like I saw bolt hole there and bolt hole on the bottom. I had no idea what they're for, but that's pretty sweet. They're actually like wear items or whatnot. And then I definitely got to vape blast a little bit on the inside because that's pretty dirty. And it took a lot to get these out. I had to use pry bars to get them out because they were so gunked and junked in there. But those can get blasted. And then I start blasting this, strip all the paint, stickers off, because I don't want any stickers on this. And hopefully I can get this nice and cleaned up, ready to go, and then have it bagged up for now. I cut those stickers off, and I actually didn't leave any residue, which is crazy. But what I did was probably what others well would do, but I used some engine degreaser, and my wire wheel, and just kind of, when it really slow, I sprayed down a little bit, wiped it in, and I just took my wire wheel and just went really slow, so just barely enough. And I started rolling it up, pulling it off, and I was able to wipe it off, and it came right off. So this stuff kind of helps. I mean, it may not help everybody, but it helped me. And of course, again, with this, I'm going to be vapor blasting, stripping all this paint off as it is. So give or take, it depends if you want to do it or not. So that's how this front arm's looking right now. I haven't done this side yet, or attempt to, I should say, but it's looking all right. But that's after vapor blasting. Turned out pretty decent. I mean, it's really hard to tell because it's only been over, like, let's say, first pass. Still some grit on anyways, but I'm going to keep going. It's going to take a while. This has already been a few hours of my blast just doing this alone. I still do the inside, at least this portion. So the brake clean did its job pretty good. I'll end up cleaning that seal surface anyways, but not bad. I'll get this vapor blasted soon here, probably today, and then have all this ready to go whenever I decide to get a new seal, which is actually only like 60 bucks on eBay. It's not too bad. But then the bearing's like 25 bucks, maybe something like that. So full rebuilt shock, and then vapor blasted. I'm gonna powder coating the coil itself. Not too bad for the price. So I got the rear shock apart off camera. I don't have the actual proper tool, so I kind of had to do some janky stuff to get it off, or apart. But everything's looking all right otherwise. I mean, obviously, lower bearings, no good. That's easily replaceable. Same with the seals. What else? I'm gonna be replacing the whole seal here as it is too. Vapor blast this section, clean up all that. I'm gonna brake clean the hell out of this, then vapor blast that. But there's a fluid that came out. Looks like it might be a little old, if you can imagine. I will be replacing all that. But condition-wise, again, it's not too bad. Scuffed up, but I'll end up polishing it up anyway, so I don't want the statue shine. So I'll polish that up, replace. These clips are still good. Same with that one, but actually that clip will come with the all-new lower bearing. But everything else is looking pretty good. Not too bad for an 88. I was able to get the whole shock apart. Didn't have the proper tools, but I was able to make do. But this is everything it actually comes with, and look at the oil. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look like that or not, but I did. This is after some brake clean anyways, but I did fully clean out the cylinder, or actually the actual shock housing. But this bearing definitely needs to be replaced. I don't know if you probably can hear that, but and I did zip tie everything together so that way I don't lose all the shims because I don't want to mess that up. I'm gonna replace the seal anyways, and I mean, just look how dirty it is. Same inside the cap. I mean, that's covered in crap. Bladder's a little dirty. Don't know if it needs to be replaced or not, but I'm gonna go over and look at it a lot. But like I said, I'll take these, clean these up too, because it needs some work. I'll vapor blast all this. I'll make sure to cover up the shaft because I don't want that vapor blasted at all. And then that should be good to go. I will get this powder coat again. I'll probably sandblast this, and then maybe powder coat it back to black, or maybe I'll do white or green. I'm not even sure yet. We'll see. Then I'll new shock oil too. Slowly I've been picking away at everything. Just getting parts vapor blasted and bagged up. But next I want to try the actual radiators. Give it a shot, see what it does. It's mostly, obviously it'll clean everything else off, but I want to see if it'll damage the fins or not. If it don't, it cleans them out, they're perfect, but this side's already damaged anyways. And eventually I'll end up straightening all these out because I would like to reuse these. They're still in pretty good shape otherwise, so try vape blast, see what happens. So that's the result of just the first pass, which is actually pretty cool because it does not actually affect the fins. It does pull the paint off, but otherwise, I went to this section right here for quite a while, and this paint they use is actually really tight, or really good stuff. It does not want to come off that easy. But honestly, I'll probably at least try to get all the green paint off, get all the high spots off and whatnot. Clean them up, see if I can probably straighten this out a little bit, and then maybe just repaint them. I can also get just aftermarket ones, but again, I kind of want to try to keep it as original as possible. But yeah, it's definitely something good to learn because my vape blast does not want to go through that paint. Whatever. So this is what the road looks like after I kind of wire wheeled it. Turned out pretty decent, but I decided to try to vape blasting it, and look how it turned out. I'm going to have to get inside all these little holes and stuff, but it actually turned out really well. And again, this thing's straight, so I don't feel like I need to replace it. I can actually reuse it. And what I'll do is I'll probably end up coating, where it's not actually going to take contact, as you can see right here. It's a little line. I'll end up spraying some of this just so it'll last longer. But it's pretty damn cool. The vape blaster will actually take off all that and make it look good again. I'm going to get to vape blasting. I'm not going to bore anybody with the time because it's going to take me a few hours. Even just do this stuff alone, especially the bolts, because the bolts is going to take a little bit. But I want them for zinc coating. I want them basically as clean as possible because you want the zinc coating to actually adhere to the metal. So those are going to take a little bit, but again, I'll just show you the end result after. I've got all these parts vapor blasted. At least I use the 80 grit to kind of rough them up. But some stuff I'm still going to do. I'm still going to do the inside of the caliper a little bit more. Just because I couldn't reach it. I'm going to redo the triple clamps just because there's also some spots I probably want to work on. Get all these bolts blasted, that way they're clean so I can actually have them ready for zinc coating whenever I decide to do that. And the actual clamps I want to polish these up and have them bare aluminum. That way it shines. As well as these are obviously steel, but I can still vapor blast them, clean them off, and then leave them for now. Because I do want to powder coat these. Same with the actual foot peg mount, but that needs some addressing. I mean, it's kind of dented up anyways, but some of these bolts I'm going to use. Most of them I kind of can't because there's a bunch of garbage bolts in there. But this pile is just a bunch of garbage stuff I can't use, like chain guide, handlebars, bumpers and all that stuff. Just all this stuff I'm going to throw away basically and then buy new. And there they are, all polished up. The shock body doesn't look the best, but the rest of it looks pretty good. Definitely won't lie. I mean, look at the linkage alone. The way it shines is pretty nice. Can't beat it. I'm actually very happy how they turned out. But again, the shock body itself is a little dim still for my liking. But also it is damaged, so it's like, isn't even worth going any crazier with it. But it's good to go as well. Triple clamps turned out really good too. I mean, look at that. Other than obviously the damage from the cables and stuff and whatnot, but they look good. Brake caliper turned out pretty good too. Again, this stuff was just in somebody's yard. I mean, it was 1988, so who knows the condition of that really was when it was all together. But again, I'm happy with everything. And then as far as the road, I still gotta do the back side and all the holes. I kind of put this on hold for now because I had a few other things going on. And the same with the swing arm. I got this side basically done for the most part. I'm going to address a few other things like these little posts. I don't really care for them. Probably going to cut them off and cut them flush and then send those down. But I got to do the other side, inside, top and bottom. Started doing up here, but didn't finish the whole thing yet. It's going to take a little while. And the frame, as for now, this might sit for quite a while, to be honest. Because I do want to sandblast it, but I want to build my own cabinet for it. And all I have right there is sandblasting cabinet, or not, it is a sandblasting cabinet. I'm using it for vapor blasting right now. So I need to build my own, probably a few months from now. I guess that wraps up this video. It's kind of more of a short one just because with the KX, this is just a project of mine. I've got other things going on. I got to work on my buddy's quad. I'm working on my quad. I'm working on a few other things. And then the list goes on, life gets in the way. But I guess for now, it's the end of this one. Next one will probably be I'm finishing this swing arm, getting the shock done, subframe as well as the frame, because I still got to strip all that paint. And that won't be until probably a month from now, because I'm still going to build a vapor blasting, or not a vapor blasting, sandblasting cabinet myself so I can fit the frame in it. And I want to make it big enough so I can fit, my four-wheeler in. when I decide to redo that, and then other frames, because I still want to make this a small business as well. I don't just want to do this myself, and yeah, it works. But until next time.